It is currently 4 a.m. in the morning. I have no script for this video, so you know this is the realest I could get. And this is actually not the first time I'm trying to record this. It's not actually 4 a.m. in the morning, it's 4:20, because I spent the last 20 minutes trying to say this and just using different takes to talk stuff out of my mind, and it always feels like I'm not being entirely sincere and that I'm trying to give advices. But truth be told, I have no advices. I don't know how to talk about this because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not that versed in life. And you're gonna just hear me jug water. Drink water. It's always good to drink water. I don't know how to talk about this, but I know how to feel and how to live because I'm an artist. And it is my duty to understand life from this lens, from the lens of feelings. I'm not here to be logical. I'm here to feel deeply. And the reason I'm even awakened at this time is because I'm hurt. And it's different from it's not a personal perspective on being hurt, actually. It's more like I'm being hurt because I've been seeing people getting hurt lately, deeply. And it's funny because I just realized that in my personal life, I'm usually, most of the time, overconfident, which is sometimes a good trait, sometimes a bad one. Overall, I think it is a good thing. I don't think it really spoils my life that much, and I don't brag about anything. It doesn't make me look bad, hopefully, but it makes me go forward. It makes me persevere. And one of the positive side effects of being overconfident is that things that hurt people rarely hurt me. When I take a loss, when I fail miserably, and believe me, I've been failing miserably at so many things throughout my whole life, but mainly these past few years. But when it happens, when I fail miserably, I don't feel like it is really a loss. It feels like I'm learning, and I'm so confident that I'm gonna overcome it and become a better version of myself that it just doesn't bother me that much. But I have a very absurdist take on life. Philosophically speaking, I consider myself an absurdist. I'm a huge fan of Albert Camus, and I live my life by these rules, these personal rules. I always remind myself that everything happening around me is just as real as I give myself the permission to make it real. Like, things have no meaning. It's not like they don't have any value. They do, immense value, infinite value, but they have no meaning. I attribute meaning to stuff. So when I see people around me not having the same level of confidence and getting hurt by things, mainly by failures, it really hurts me. I get hurt, not at the same level in one specific thing. Like, they get hurt in their personal lives by one thing that really bothers them, that really messes with them. And I get hurt on micro doses across different days because of different people. It is something that makes me sad, makes me question whether I'm doing enough to help people around me. And I think, I'm not even sure why I'm speaking this to a microphone and to you all at 4:26 in the morning, but I think it's because I really want to help people out. I said this in a recent video, and I'm gonna say this again. The reason why I created this channel is not because I want to help people. It is not. I have probably said this a couple of times in the past, but it was not. It was for me. It was for my personal life, for my personal gains. I wanted to be a famous artist, and I wanted to just get out there, get some public, get some views, hopefully in the future get some ad revenue. And I have changed my perspective of life immensely since the first days on this channel. And if you go back and watch some of this stuff, you're gonna see that I changed a lot. You're not gonna see the whole story though, because I have not deleted, but unlisted some of my oldest videos. Anyway, the thing is, I have changed a lot, and the reason why I'm maintaining this channel now is because I want to help people. And as I was editing my latest short from my latest video before I tried to go to sleep, I realized that this was not real enough, and that I was not offering my whole perspective on this. And I was like, I'm so confident. Why am I not confident enough to just pick up a microphone and commit a lot of English grammar mistakes? Sorry for that. And just be real with people and just show my real face. If I really think that I'm that confident and that I have something to tell people and to teach people, why don't I just say things and hope that they get something positive from it? So that's what I'm doing, I guess. And again, I don't know how to talk about this stuff, but I know how to feel it and offer my perspective. The drawing that you're seeing right now is based on a concept called kintsugi. I'm not able to explain this as well as some people are, but it is an old Japanese art to pick up pieces that have been broken from a specific item, mainly pottery, and to glue them back with gold. And it's beautiful because this pottery or these items, they are usually in this beautiful white or ivory color, and the gold highlights that this gold glue, quote-unquote gold glue, leaves on the item, makes the broken pieces stand out a lot more. And it is kind of a poetic way. I don't know if this was the original intention from this art form, or if it is like a more modern approach on what it really meant, but it highlights the broken pieces and it makes every single failure stand out. And if you think about it, life is just like this. Life is just people showing their beauty parts that are usually embedded deeply into their souls, close to a lot of traumas. And a lot of beautiful things come out of immense failures. I know we are tired of quotes about failures and people failing to become great, because truth be told, most people who are very rich and very successful and very entitled to the things that they have and are, they are not that good. Most of them are not. It might be different for sports, because I believe that to reach physical capabilities of sportsmen, it's crazy. That's crazy. Athletes are crazy people. But in most cases, a lot of people are entitled, but they are not that good. Don't think for a single moment that you could not reach their potential, because there is nothing special about most people. Some people are definitely different. They think differently, they live and respond to the world differently, but most of them are not. And I always get caught in this thought, because I've seen so many very rich people fall from the podium that they were standing for years or even decades for such stupid mistakes that I couldn't believe someone that rich could get to that level of richness, because it like the count just doesn't add up. Suddenly 2 + 2 becomes a million, and it's just so weird. The thing is, in a lot of cases, people do get from the bottom to the top. Sometimes people just do fail so many times that they kind of create their own path through something and to something new, and just persevere. And they just persevere. They just go on again and again until they don't have to persevere anymore. Until their whole being, their whole organism is just built to fail and fail and fail, and that's it. They fail a lot. And I do believe that the difference between people who are extremely efficient in what they do and extremely talented. It's not that they have something we don't have, it's that they don't have something that we have, which is this vision of life as something winnable. Life is not winnable. And I don't even like quotes that say that death is the only failure, because not even death is failure. Failure is just a concept, and it's a very old one, and a very impractical one as well, I believe, because it doesn't teach you anything. Failure is just a mechanism to control you. And I do mean that in the most sincere way. When you fail miserably at something and you are sad because you don't think you are reaching far enough, you don't think that you are tapping into your true potential, or that you are good for nothing, and that you are not capable of great things, or you compare yourself to others, just remember, none of this has any meaning if you don't attribute any meaning to it. Even if you cannot draw a hand properly, let's put it like this. Let's put it at a skill level, not at an outcome level. Let's just say that you cannot draw a hand properly. You are at least trying. You are at least practicing and acknowledging that you cannot draw a hand properly. Most people don't even acknowledge that. Most people don't even think about that. Most people don't care about that, but you do. The reason you feel bad about something and that you're failing at something, quote unquote failing at something, is because you care about that deeply. And you caring about that already puts you way up ahead in the race compared to most people. For the mere reason of trying, just because you're trying, just because you care about what you're doing, at some level, you are already ahead of most people, even in your field. This is a game changer thought. I think it is a game changer thought. At least it changed the way that I see failure and that I look at the world and people around me. Those who are really inspiring, those who you can see their crafts just flourishing and changing the world and making it more beautiful. And if you can hear random sounds, it's probably my dog. He just stood up and went to the corner of the room trying to sleep. I'm sorry, doggo. But yeah, I changed my perspective on life, and seeing people just making stuff that make this world more interesting was enough for me to stop thinking about failure. Like, even in this channel, look at my latest video. It probably doesn't have more than 100 views. I doubt it has. And if it does, great. That's great. But it's definitely not my vision. I didn't want to settle for 100 views, or less than 100 views. But I'm not fazed by it. I'm not bothered by it. I have been bothered by views in the past, by the number of subscribers I had. But it doesn't make sense to me anymore to look at failures as something bad, as something ugly. I think of failures as this line, as this golden line that glues my broken parts, that makes all the different sides of my life make some sense. It doesn't make sense. It's not as joyful to reach your true potential, or to do something really good, to change someone's life, if it's not difficult. It doesn't have to be extremely difficult. It doesn't have to be a 20 years journey to get your first freelance job. It doesn't have to be like that. But having some trouble, having some difficulty, overcoming that shows that you are persevering, that you care enough to do it again. Even when the world tells you that you shouldn't, that you can't, that you are not capable to do that you are not enough. Even when the world doesn't show you any sign that it's gonna get better, that you're gonna reach anywhere different from where you are now, because the world tends to tell us the things that we are accustomed to hear, that we think are at our level. But if you just ignore these stuff, not ignore the pain, ignore that you're hurt, ignore the signs that the world tell you, and persevere anyway through the pain and through these difficult a symbol of challenges that we call life. Eventually, it stops feeling like a challenge. It stops feeling like a burden. And it just feels like something new. Something you are not prepared for, that teaches you something to work on. What a joy it is to have a pile of work to do, and not just as a product for something, as content, but work on yourself, on the people around you, at an emotional level. For some people, I feel like those kind of things. At a spiritual level, just becoming better, learning new things. I'm a Buddhist, and I have heard more than once from more than one monk this strange but amusing feeling of having reached some level of enlightenment and finding out years later that you hadn't tapped into the full potential of life, and that you hadn't tapped into the full experience of being enlightened, and that you have another enlightenment experience, and then you have another one and another one, and you just don't know how life can be more interesting and deeper than that. There is always somewhere deeper to reach, and you cannot see how deep it is, and you cannot feel how immense is the joy of looking down and looking up and seeing infinite possibilities anywhere you go, if you don't persevere. This is not a tip, this is not an advice, this is just my perspective. It's just what helped me to get out of the bottom, and that I think that can help some people. Now, I'm not prone to be depressive very often. Had never been. I had some depressive periods in my life, but I had never been depressed for an extensive period of time. If you are depressed, if you are anxious, which I'm also not very, very much. If you are anxious, depressed, if you feel like you need to seek help, do that. Seek help. I'm not here to tell you how you should live your life, and I'm definitely not someone who can talk about depression and anxiety. I don't know how these stuff feel. I had never been depressed for more than like 3 or 4 months at a time in my life. I'm overall a very joyful person and very a very chill guy most of the time, and very happy to just exist. I just like to laugh about random stuff and being insane with my peers. I just like that. So I don't have a real advice for people who are not like me, but if it helps in any way, I do feel your pain. Maybe not specifically your pain, you specifically in the world, but I feel pain from people like you. I'm sympathetic to that, and I do care. And I am not special. There's nothing special about me. I'm not one of a kind. There's a lot of people like me. Believe me, the world seems like a very bad and hungry, terrible place. Sometimes it is. A lot of times it is. But most people would still help you if you got involved in an accident, in the middle of the street, out of the blue. Most people would stop to help you in some way. There is a lot of kindness in this world. If I exist and I'm not special, there is probably people close to you who care. Maybe they don't know how to verbalize that. Maybe they don't know how to help you. If you feel like a burden, or if you feel like you're feeling too much, if you're down because of that. But there's probably someone who cares, and who has you in their thoughts sometimes, even if just sometimes. It would not be positive of me to say that, though, and not encourage you to seek help by yourself. As long as there's people who love us and who would want to see us getting better and stuff, we are responsible for everything that we do. I can drink some water. Staying hydrated. Who would like to see us better and like all stuff, but we are responsible for everything that we do. And again, for the way that we respond to life. So choose to respond to life with a lot of self-confidence and strength every single day. And in the beginning, it might feel like you're not doing this right, and that you're not cut for that, and that you can't do this, and that you're not confident enough. It will feel like you're faking, that you're faking till you make it. And for a lot of stuff in life, it is kind of like this. If you are an artist, in any way, shape, or form, actually not even just an artist, if you are a person, you have some skills. You have some type of skills, even if it is typing on a keyboard or a phone, even if it's just like this kind of skills, any kind of skill ever, if you can write your own name, for anything in life, anything, you had to fail to get there. You had an extensive period in which you just failed and just faked it till you made it. You faked that you could write your own name until you could, because you were learning. And if you change this perspective from being a burden and not being good enough to actually be learning, even if at a very slow pace, you are becoming better. You are getting to the make it part of life. You don't know when it will happen. You don't know how. You don't know with what people, and you don't know how you're gonna be feeling at the moment. You don't know who you're gonna be at the point it happens, but it will happen if you don't quit, ever. As long as you're trying, it may take a lifetime, but hear me out, it probably won't. As much as I would love to live in a world in which most people persevere in all their tasks, I know this is not true. And if it doesn't bother a person in specific, good for them. If not persevering and staying where they are is the way someone wants to live their life and they're fine with it, genuinely fine with it, great. There is nothing fancy, nothing special about progressing at anything. Progress is a lie. There is no meaning in anything in life, not even to better things. Better things are just perspectives. If someone is genuinely good with being who they are right now and not learning a new skill or improving a new skill or getting to a new benchmark or getting to, getting a new job or getting more money or anything like this, if someone is genuinely cool with that, I'm cool with that too, and you should be too. But if it hurts in some way, it means that you care. It means that there's something inside of you telling you to persevere. And most people don't. So if you do persevere, you're probably getting to a very new place way sooner than you think you are. Believe me, when I started painting about a year and a half ago, I thought I could never reach the place that I am right now. I didn't think that I would paint nearly as good as I'm painting right now. And trust me, I haven't practiced that much. I'm not the kind of guy who practice every single day, 4, 5, 6, 8 hours a day. No, I just draw, I just paint, I just do stuff. I think it's a good idea in my mind, and I try it out. Sometimes I fail miserably, and then I try again, and eventually something good comes out of it. Something that I'm proud of. 2 weeks later, I just look at it again and realize there's a lot of downsides to it. There's a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of things that I could improve, and I do it again. Not with the same piece, but with a new one. And then I learn new stuff. And then 2 weeks later, the same thing happens again. And it's an eternal cycle of getting a pile of work to do and to learn new stuff and to fail miserably again and again. In a certain way, this is also happening to my YouTube channel. I had a vision. I failed miserably. I changed a lot. My inner dialogue changed a lot. I have gone through a lot of stuff, good and bad, and have become a different person. I came out of a lot of experiences different. So my goals changed as well. And good Lord, I didn't reach a level of virality that I was hoping for in the past. Because if I did, I just wouldn't know what to do with it. It would ruin my life probably, or it would make me not change. And now I see that the way that I changed was positive. My changes were good. I love them. I love who I have become. I'm proud of myself. The thing is, what we're trying to say is that you should fail immensely, all the time. It is the only thing that will guarantee that you learn new stuff, and you should persevere and put yourself back together. When bad stuff happens to you, I hate to be that guy, but it's important that you go through it. Again, I'm not prone to feel too sad or too bothered about anything in life. Again, a very chill dude. I meditate and drink a beer watching Smash Bros. Melee tournaments, and I have a great time, and I'm not set for the month. Like it takes very little for me to get too happy. So I don't know how to react in a world in which stuff really hurt. I don't know how to do this. But I hope that my way of seeing things can dialogue with your way of seeing things, and that you can get something positive from my insane dialogue. It's more of a monologue, but I like to think that the way that you're seeing life is actually dialoguing with my way of seeing life. Anyway, I hope that the way that you see life actually meets the way that I see life, and that something good comes out of it, and that it helps you in your journey. I have spoken for a lot of time. I have, again, committed a lot of mistakes. I would try not to cut them out of the recording, unless it just spoils the video. If it does, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to do this, but in good faith, I'll just leave most mistakes that I have committed here, if they don't change the quality of the video too much, if it just doesn't spoil the video, because I want you to see that I'm failing even right now. As I'm trying to record this, I can't speak English that fluently, that naturally, so I just ramble and I just stumble upon my own words, and I just say stuff wrong, and that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't stand as a challenge big enough to make me not hit upload on this video, and I will do this. And it doesn't matter how many people watch this, I'm going to be so satisfied just by the fact that someone has. And for every person that comments in this video with a good or bad critique, I'm gonna be glad that you were here to listen to me, even if just partially, even if it's just a part of the video. Honestly, it just fills me with joy to be able to live in this world and be able to talk to other people and to just share experiences and share ideas. It really is a blessing. And I really want to feel like my channel is a safe place for people like me who are not afraid to become better and to solve problems. And even to those of you who still feel like you fail a lot and who have a different personality than I do, I see that you're trying to change. I see your efforts. And if you feel like helping me out in any way, I do have a Patreon. By the way, thank you to Fernando. I'm Brazilian, I'm gonna say Fernando, for being my first and only patron. But if you want to join him and getting access to the book that I'm writing right now, because I'm writing a book on color harmonization. It's still on the very first draft and pages, like the very first pages, but I'm gonna update it very often, and you're going to have access to it like forever. So if you want to help me out, I would highly appreciate that. And if you don't feel like tipping me there and become a monetary support, you can always just subscribe and like my stuff. It also helps. Or just being there and commenting and you know what to do. You do you. I'm not gonna even say anything. I just hope that you go through stuff and that you pick up your pieces and that you put yourself back together and that you are immensely happy with your life for most of the time. And that you just go through your problems and you just persevere through them, and at the end you're gonna have a lot of scars, a lot of them, but you're gonna have a lot of great things to teach a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to take inspiration on you and feel proud of you. I hope this made sense, and I hope this hit home in any way. Thank you for listening to me. I'm finally sleepy enough, content enough, that I said this, and I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna edit this tomorrow and hopefully upload this soon. So yeah, I see you next time. See ya.